In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to auto-create pivot tables in Google Sheets. Pivot tables help you summarize large data sets into clear insights in seconds, and I'll walk you through setting one up so it keeps updating as you add more data. Start by selecting your source data or simply click anywhere inside it. If your data is laid out in a clean table, make sure each column has a clear header and that your columns contain consistent types of information. Avoid merged cells or completely blank header names because pivot tables use those headers to build the summary. If your data is already inside a neat block, clicking a single cell is enough for Sheets to detect the full range. Next, go to the Data menu and choose Pivot Table. Google Sheets will suggest the current data range. You can adjust it later if needed, so don't worry if you're planning to add more rows in the future. When prompted, choose New Sheet and click Create. Placing the pivot table on a new sheet keeps your summary separate from the raw data, which makes it easier to read and prevents accidental edits. You'll see a blank pivot table on a fresh tab, along with the pivot table editor on the right. Now add the building blocks of your summary. Rows determine how your data is grouped down the left side, like categories or names. Columns create groupings across the top, such as months or statuses. Values are the numbers you want to calculate, like totals, counts, or averages. Filters let you narrow the data showing in the pivot, for instance, to a specific date range or region. You can drag fields into rows, columns, values, or filters, and change the summary function in values from sum to count, average, or others as needed. You can also sort and show totals to make the results easier to interpret. To make the pivot table update automatically when you add new data, set the data range to include future rows. In the editor, click the data range field and expand it beyond your current last row. For example, if it shows something like A1D 100, change it to A1D to include all future rows in those columns, or use entire columns like AD. If you expect new columns later, you can widen the range, such as AZ. Using entire columns is simple and ensures the pivot picks up new entries as you paste or append rows. Once that range is set, Sheets will refresh the pivot automatically whenever your source data grows. And that's it. You've created a pivot table that summarizes your data and stays up to date as you add more.